Good afternoon, members of Special Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing this afternoon? I hope everybody's doing great. Let me turn on some lights here so it won't be so dark. Uh, how's everybody doing this afternoon? For those who follow Spiritual Encrypted Encounters here on YouTube, those who follow Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook, and those who follow uh, APCS 895, I believe, short reels. How's everybody doing this afternoon? I hope everybody's doing great. Well, today, I'm trying to do afternoon lives for a little bit, display some of the pictures that I've captured. How you doing, Sister Ivy Ramirez? So today's picture that I've placed here as the main picture, that's what I would call the creature, or should I say the manifestation of the DDN that's there, or whatever it uh, is it's got a black body and a white face. If you look at the main cover of this live feed, that's the one I named. I named them Ying Yang because is the body is black and the face is white. So Ying Yang, as I would do my live feeds out there in the woods in the area I go to, it likes to photobomb. Through spiritual all these beings, right? They have to identify themselves. So when they photobomb your video, or they come out in your pictures, because that's a form of identifying themselves to you, that they're there around you. Uh, but that's what I call yin yang. If you look at the picture, and you can download it if you like, uh, you could see grass, but you could see something, or the stems of the grass behind the grass, like is blending in within the environment. But you can see yin yang. His body is black, but the face is is white. If you look at the picture, whoever's here, we got Sister Ivy. I don't know who else is here. There's I think there's three people here. So that's what I've been trying to do. In the afternoons, take a little bit time to place a picture and explain the picture. The picture it could be bigger, but if I would have made it the full picture of it, I think you would not been able to see yin yang in the distance. So what I did is I got a close up of the picture. All these pictures, I believe I even have a short reel here on YouTube of that picture, where it's the proper distance, and it gets closer and closer and closer, where I created a picture, and it's called Ying Yang. Well, I'm just going to tell you that just because it's laying on the ground doesn't mean it's a creature, or an animal that walk on force. The reason I say this is because I've captured yin yang standing straight up right beside trees. So don't let the picture fool you that it's just a creature that's, or should I say, a being or a spirit that's just laying on the ground. Because I've had other pictures of him where he's standing by trees and he's looking at me by the trees. You can see the white face looking at me. I have other pictures of Yin Yang, but I wanted to place the first picture I've ever captured of him here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Uh, Not to make fun of anybody or anything like that. Uh, there's people that say they see saber-toothed tigers. They place a picture, you really can't see nothing. Maybe somebody might say the same thing about me with this picture. But if you look at the picture, the body is black and the face is white and is looking right at me. I named them Yin Yang because of the black and white, when it's dealing with the balance, right? So that's the name I named them. I captured the image of it when I first seen it. That's when I first seen it. That picture I captured it after the investigation. During the investigation of the area that I was in, and it's an area that it gets pretty heavy when I go in there. A lot of activity. Um, Before I even debunked the video, the reason I captured the pictures, but debunking my live video that I was doing out there, I was having a lot of interference, magnetic interference, where uh, my phone was losing connection. It would come back on, then we lose connection. While that was happening, every time it would lose connection, there was activity around me where I could hear movement. I could hear movement. There was all signs of different kind of birds chirping, and then I could hear movement in the woods. So all this was happening once with me trying to stay connected uh, to my life and getting interrupted. In one of those instances, as I was trying to wait for my connection to come back on, Ying Yang, the first time I seen him, before I even captured the debunked the video, Ying Yang passed right behind me, standing up, looking down at me. Ying Yang has to be at least by the height of white witness between uh, 6.5 to 7 foot tall. That's how tall Ying Yang was. I seen him through my parallel vision walking behind me. By the time I seen his silhouette, or should I say his body, pass behind me, and this is during the day. When I looked, he was gone because this DDN, what I call DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim, or a possible skinwalker shapeshifter. They have the abilities to use the elements, Mother Nature itself, to blend in and to go in and out of our reality. Let me see. I see somebody sending a hi here in the chat. Oops. I don't know what happened here. Let me go back to the live stream. There we go. Well, she said Sister Ivy Ramirez there, so I'm just gonna stick with the stream. But yes, brothers and sisters, I was just making this video to share a picture here from spiritual encrypted encounters. When I go into these areas, it's hot and heavy. What I mean hot and heavy is I'm not taking a gun, I'm not taking a rifle, I'm not taking any kind of weapon with me when I go into those areas. I just go as myself, as Brother Abe sees us, Sarn sees us. I'll go there in that manner because I know after so many investigations that I've done, throughout the years, and fighting spiritually all throughout my life, I know that there's beings that are out there, that there are not real flesh beings. I know them as the DDN, the disembodied demonic Nephilim, or beings dealing with witchcraft and necromancy, kind of like the skinwalkers and shapeshifters, brujas and brujos. Brujas when they manifest to look like an owl. Those are the capabilities that they have, is blending into the environment using the elements and mimicking different voices, and they can manifest right beside you. I mean, Ying Yang walked right behind me. I wish I would have captured him because it was when it's kind of like they know when your connection is off. So when I was trying to get my wait for my connection to get back on, the camera was facing me, but the connection was off. So Yin Yang passed right behind me. If that would have been cool, if I would have been able to capture him walking behind me, that would have been awesome. But my the I had lost connection out there when I was investigating. Thank you, Sister everybody, Ivy Ramirez. We went 4 hours last night. Last night was the first time. Well, we hadn't seen cousin Jesse for about 2 weeks. So we found a way to bring him back on live, and StreamYard was away for some reason. Uh, YouTube wouldn't let me add anybody as a guest. I figured if y'all noticed, a lot of the trolls stopped trolling. The trolls that were trolling me, because I believe this is what I believe, that they thought they had accomplished something. That they said, okay, well, let's report this content. Let's report, brother. And I had no strikes or anything in any way, shape, or form. The only know is I lost the capability of adding guests, so I wasn't trying to think too much of it. But when I noticed some of the numbers dropping and all that, that's okay. It's because people are reporting my contact or whatever. So we found a way to bring cousin Jesse on live, which is on last night till around almost 4 hours, almost 4 hours and 30 minutes last night. I know he was tired, uh, but we went on for 4 hours and 30 minutes, and it was a very interesting show for whoever missed it last night. We're going off the StreamYard platform now when we do a dual show, or if somebody wants to add, I can add 3 people for right now, or I could always pay the money to have 5 people, but I like to keep it interesting with like 2 or 3 people possibly, so they can share their testimony of whatever they're going through, whatever they experienced. Sharing is caring to me. It's a difference when somebody is sharing the story to you live compared to somebody else reading a story of what somebody said. You know, because when they read it off a story of what somebody said, it's just a story. But you would rather, it would be better if you hear it off the person's personal view, so you can see their expression of their face, so you can see that this the person that's saying the story is being truthful, right? That's why I like to keep it that way, and that's how I like it. When somebody shares a story, so people can see that the person that's sharing the story is not falsifying, because they're saying it like yesterday. They're not looking into any notes. Oh, let me look into my notes. No, why would you look into your notes if it's something that you experienced, right? So that's when somebody says, "Let me look into my notes." That's when you know that it's not their story, or they're not being genuine about it. Uh, it's about when the person says a story just like it was yesterday, because it's in the memory, and they say it how it is, you know. And I believe that's what spiritual encrypted encounters brings to the table. Whether it's a picture that you're seeing the picture for what it is, there's nobody dressed in a costume or anything like that. It's just legit pictures. And if people say question the picture, I could always go back to the video where I captured the picture, and cut the video to when I captured the picture, right? That's the good thing about that. When I place a picture, that I can go back to the video, download whether it's 10 seconds out of the video, and place it when I captured Ying Yang, you know. Yes, we're live on, not on YouTube, Sister Ivy. We were live on StreamYard. Us, we go live regardless. Either last time we were live from 11 to 4 in the morning, but it was through StreamYard. You know, I shared the StreamYard to all the platforms I share. Uh, but yes, we were here live last night, uh, for 4 hours and a half. I think when you share it through StreamYard, it's not the same of when you go live on YouTube. Like I'm going live right now on YouTube itself, but that's okay. People should know, that, or for people who don't know, that we go live every night, regardless if it's StreamYard, YouTube, Facebook. At nighttime, I try my best to go live every night. If I can go live, I will go live every night. So I'm going live right now. It's kind of like this. I'm going to continue to do the works that I do, regardless of who's with me, and regardless of who's against me. I'm still going to do the works. It's not going to, you know, it's not going to stop me. That's what I understand. With me, I'm just going to do my works regardless. When my Facebook got permanently deleted because people from the Bigfoot community kept on reporting, and all these people kept on reporting my Facebook to eliminate positive spiritualism, which they did successfully. I didn't quit. I didn't say, okay, well, maybe this is not meant for me. I said, no, I got to continue the mission because I don't work for the people that are coming up against me in a negative way. I work for the Heavenly Father. He's the one that guides me to do this works. So I created another, I believe I created another positive spiritualist plus a spiritual encrypted encounters after that, in which I had to start from scratch, work my butt off, and then it's kind of like a positive spiritualist stopped growing, but spirit and I created the spiritual cryptid encounters kept on growing, and it's like at over 2,000. Like I said, people targeted me. It's kind of like this. I'm not trying to compete against anybody. As you see, I don't ask money from anybody. It's not about the donations for me. It's not about nothing like that for me. That's why I don't ask anybody for a single penny, right? To me, it's just about people if they have taken a little bit of the time just to listen to what I have to say. That's all I ask for is a little bit of your time. And if anybody is views spiritual encrypted encounters, it's also about if you want to share something or say something to the viewers, something you're going through, that while we're doing the video, we can pray for you if you're going through something, right? And sometimes people are going through the same things over and over because they have a spiritual opening. Sometimes you have to move on forward. You can live in the past. You can't worry about things because worrying is a sin. So sometimes people get stuck in the situation where they're going through the same things over and over till they sometimes you have to let go of things that are not meant to be so you can move on forward. Even though you somewhere within you might love that individual, but if the individual doesn't love you the same way, you have to you can hold on to the past. You have to move on forward in order for you to be able to grow spiritually, but at the same time heal from whatever you're going through. How you doing, Cindy Monet? So yes, this that's what I've been trying to do. Go a little bit alive in the afternoons. I shared the picture of Ying Yang. That's what I called it. It's a manifestation. You whether it's a DDN, a shapeshifter skinwalker. His body is black, and you can see the face is white. I seen him pass right behind me, looking down at me when I was waiting for my connection to come back on when I was out there in the woods investigating. He was like he passed like literally like a foot and a half away from me. I just seen something tall through my parallel vision, and he was looking down at me. He was looking sideways at me, looking down at me when he passed behind me. Well, I believe the people people can say whatever, but I believe people were targeting spiritual encrypted encounters because we went down in numbers. We got that I couldn't have my cousin Jesse as a guest, right? So it's kind of like once that happened, that that they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. All the trolling and all the people that were affiliated with each other stopped trolling me because they said, "Okay, we already got him. His channel is not going to grow anymore. We got him where we want him. People are not going to view him because we reported him with Facebook or YouTube." But they wasn't expecting for me to do StreamYard, in which that's what we did. Like I said, I'm not about the games. I'm not about the drama. It's something. I like finishing games. Somebody come at me in a negative way, I just finish the game. But that's what the main goal was. People, sometimes the enemy, when they're affiliated with another, they cause a big old chaos. So when people are focusing the chaos, they're not focusing on the real picture of what the real target is. Well, the real target has been spiritual encrypted encounters all this time. If you look at the numbers from me having 3,000 views, 1,000 views, now to like 300 or 100, it's because we were the target. So for the past 5 days, as a matter of fact, ever since everything happened with that I couldn't add cousin Jesse on the guest list, all the trolling stopped because they thought that they had accomplished their mission. They thought that, well, the spiritual encrypted ain't going to give up. You know, they're done for. Well, resurfaced up through StreamYard with cousin Jesse just to let them know that they're not going to stop us. They're not going to stop us regardless who it is, who they are, who they're affiliated with, what their goals are as scum people, as scums. I'll say as scums. I mean, if you cannot do a show without causing wars and trying to cause divisions or playing games, pretending that you're all enemies, but you're actually in real life friends because you're affiliated together, then you're scum. To me, you're scum. And I knew all along that people were actually targeting spiritual encrypted encounters just by whoever has been here with us for the ride. You've seen the trolls attack spiritual encrypted encounters when I was on YouTube a lot, right? Was targeted daily. Just they were interfering in our thing, just to let you know that those pawns that were doing this were just that, they're pawns, because there was a mastermind behind all that. And to the pawns of the mastermind behind it, Sergeant CS is one thing to say to y'all: fuck you, straight up, because you're not going to stop me. I'm going to continue to do the works, whether you like it or not, whether you pout and cry that everybody's you're a victim and everybody's your enemy, blah 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 blah. The same old bullshit violin. I could play a violin to this. I ain't stopping, in spite of all the bullcrap I've been through since I've been being trolled for about 3 years now. It ain't stopped me doing my works. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised to be a quitter. I wasn't raised to be afraid of the enemy, or to me that's all bullshit. Uh, when it, I wasn't raised that way to be afraid of anybody. Somebody can talk about I don't give a crap of what weapons they have. If they're trying to say indirect measures, I'm not afraid of them. All I got to say to them is man up. If you want to do something, do it. But if you're not, then you're just pure talk, right? Pure talk. Where I've been in the combat, I ain't afraid of this. So when people, I don't live my life in fear. That's the thing, because I have Jesus Christ with me. But it's part of the game. If you're real wise people, right? If you're alert and you have Jesus Christ in your life, you're able to see through the bullshit. Would you want to see a show of spiritual encrypted encounters that I'm just saying that I'm a victim of something, a victim of something, and just saying I'm a victim of something all the time? No, you ain't going to want to watch Brother Abe see us say I'm a victim of something all the damn time. You want to hear content. You want to see pictures. You want to hear stories or experiences. That's what you want to hear. So when people start crying wolf, right, and it's the same people going after each other, to me, it's just that just becomes a game. Who has to gain from that? If you really think about it, who has to gain for that? Is it really that they're hating themselves that bad that they're going after each other, or is it more than that? Or is it all a game? Is it people playing games with each other just so they could get more viewership? So certain people can go over to their group and so they can grow, right? Is it a game? And while they're doing all this, right, pretenders that they're fighting, They target a small group like me. They come like a pack of wolves. The two sides that might be fighting, like a pack of wolves, or different different groups come at me like a pack of hyenas, thinking they're gonna eliminate me. Well, guess what? No, you ain't. I'm still here. You wanna say I'm still talking shit? Yeah, I'm gonna continue to talk shit till somebody do something about it. Because I have a lot of receipts for a lot of people. Because you've been coming at me in a negative way for a couple of years now. I'm just ready to settle the scores. That's all. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. It's kind of like some of this is like a bullshit story, like seeing a freaking movie. Like we've seen this time and time again. It's part of a game plan. But imagine when you're thinking two enemies. Imagine being in combat and there's two people fighting with each other, and it looks like they're fighting each other. But then as you go to try to help out, maybe an ally over here, or these other ones that were told they're your enemy, you're not trying to help. But then that enemy and the one that you're trying to help, they turn against you and they come at you. Me personally, that's what I see. That's what I see. That people, you know, the small groups are the targets. I'm a small group, so yeah, I was being targeted. I've been knowing this for a long time. I just go with the flow of things. So if the enemy gets close enough that they think that I don't know, well, they got another thing coming. I've been knowing, but that's how it is. That's y'all notice we had a lot of trolls there for a long time, right? And all of a sudden, since I couldn't add cousin Jesse after them reporting, and you've been hearing it. Well, those are wise. We've been hitting it from two sides. Go report their content. Go report their content. Right? We've heard what they say. Go report their content. Go report their content. What do you think to say that? Report the content so the Facebook won't share them all throughout Facebook through different platforms within Facebook to isolate that person from growing. They did that. My numbers went down, right? So we've heard it come from many people. I pay attention to everything. With say just report their content, report their content, report their content. Spiritual encrypted accounts got targeted that way, but we're still here. We're still standing strong. I know last night there's some people that showed up. There was a lot of people that showed up. I'm not getting the numbers that I normally would get on YouTube, but people showed up last night to view me and cousin Jesse last night. I'm just saying, man. When are people going to grow the f up and just do what they do without the gains, without the drama? Stay focused on stay focused on the mission. If somebody is your enemy, well, just freaking unfriend them, block them, and just move on forward. It's not that hard to ignore somebody, right? It's when we have a troll, we can tell them troll along or not. The moderators just boot them out. That's what I said last night. From now on, and anybody comes in a negative way, just boot them out. We're not going to let them interrupt our live feeds. From now on, anybody comes in a negative way, boot them the meth out. They don't need to be here. No matter what they're saying. Like I said, I'm not worried about the people that have come at me in a negative way for the past 3 years anymore. I'm just moving on forward. And I know last night there was a lot of people that were pissed off because seeing cousin Jesse with me last night. That's familia, man. That's my sangre. That's my blood. My cousin Jesse. That's my mother's sister's son. That's sangre. That's blood. And I'm not talking about blood in, blood out, like the movie. I'm talking about that's family, man. That's familia. I figured cousin Jesse, he's been through a lot in his life. And the reason I chose cousin Jesse, that I feel that he would bring something to the table. That I know that he's been through a lot of stuff in his life, and I know how he is. He's not going to bullshit you. He's going to be straight up like he's always been, whether he's joking around or not joking around. He's straight up. That's what I wanted to bring cousin Jesse in the limelight, because I knew I could use my cousin in that form, because he's not the type of person that's going to bullshit you. If he's going to say something to you, he's going to tell you straight up, right? And y'all noticed that about him, right? When the trolls were coming in, that he was being straight up. That's why I brought cousin Jesse into this platform. He was there for me in a time of my life where the enemy, I'm not talking about trolls, I'm not talking about coalitions here on Facebook or YouTube. I'm talking about in real life. He was there with me, stood by my side. My other cousins stood there by my side also when the enemy, the real enemy, was gunning for us. They were targeting us. They wanted to eliminate me and my family. They stood beside me. So this goes deeper than any coalition that anybody has on YouTube or Facebook or any affiliation. This is deeper because it's real life. That's what shows cousin Jesse to do the lives with me. I said I need somebody that's gonna keep it real, that's not gonna bullshit it. And what I mean by that, how many people that you heard that were certain people's friends, right? And that they were bullshitting them all along. We hear it all the time, right? That's why there's quarrels and fighting right now, because people were bullshitting people. Well, I know, because I know my cousin, that he's not that type of a person. If he's got something to tell you, he's going to tell you straight up, what he's thinking. If you come at him in a negative way, he's going to tell you something straight up, right there and then. Just like the way he is, that's how he is. He's like that in real person too. You come at him sideways, just trying to start something, he sees right through it. He's got the same abilities I do. We see through the bullshit. We're not worried about those people anymore. The trolls. The only thing I'm saying is we're still here. We're still standing. No matter of how many people are coming up against us, we're still standing. Or whoever sent whoever to be molds or trying to stop us from doing this live feeds, we're still doing it regardless. YouTube is not the only platform. StreamYard's not the only platform. There's many platforms. I still got my group on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook. I can go live there too. It doesn't matter. Uh, but I'm just being honest with y'all. Yeah, I rather have somebody that's real, and I know my cousin that is real because he's been there with me through thick and thin. That's where I brought him to the table to be with me here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Now, at one time, it was just a soul mission for me to do this, but I said, you know what? I know cousin Jesse has been through a lot, and he's probably going through some things because we spoke, and I said, but I know that's what's within him, within here, and I know he'll be a good addition to Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. That's why I selected him to be here. And of course, we got my sister. I could have put my sister, but cousin Jesse, he brings a whole different perspective to the table. He's not going to lie to you of what he's done in his life. He's straight up. He just says the truth. He's got nothing to hide to it for to anybody. You don't hide nothing for nobody. He just says it how it is. But that's why I got him here. To add more light to spiritual encrypted encounters, and of course, as y'all notice, he's got a sense of humor. You know, that makes it more fun to watch, and we joke around here. It's not just about talking about certain topics. We joke around. Y'all remember when the trolls were coming at us hard? That, oh man, if it was the roasting of the trolls, well, they got roasted big time. When they were coming in here, they were getting roasted every time they jumped in here. I know they were doing it to interfere on the shop, but the roasting hurt them right up in here, and right up in here, all the roasting, people going after them. They got exactly what they were looking for. They just didn't expect for the fight of the members of spiritual encrypted encounters to be that strong. The trolls got trolled here in spiritual encrypted encounters. We're just trying to do something different from now on. I'll tell the moderators, that they've been doing an awesome job. But from now on, when the trolls do try to come at us, we're just going to boot them out. We don't got time for the drama anymore. Just boot them out. Oh boy, got what, 4 days now? If he's got 4 days or 5 days, whatever the case, whatever is on his fate is in his fate. Whether it was the truth that they were saying, or where there was bullshit, right? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Whether it was truth, what was being shown, or where there was bullshit, his fate is his fate. I'm not worried about that guy. No, he's not my friend, and I'm just gonna move on forward with my life. Yes, brother Al Gore. That's straight up, man. We keep it real here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. What's the best way more than keeping it real than family? Not like some other families that there is out there that they're keeping it meth real or drug real, because the only thing that they're concerned about is donations. They're asking for money for donations and all this kind of stuff. I know that platform is there on YouTube where I could be doing the same thing, but that's not what it is about for me. For me is having a friendship as a family with whoever comes in here, to share our experiences with one another. I'm making it family friendly, as adults. Everybody here listens. Everybody prays for one another. That's what we do. We rise and we pray, or if there's activity that's happening, we pray against the activity that's happening. And that's what we do here, Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, because we truly care. And I go off when we do the lives, it's late at night. Yeah, there's a lot of activity up there in Mississippi. And I mean, whoever missed the show, man, you missed a lot last night. Uh, you missed a lot last night. But check out Ying Yang so you can see him. He's got a black body and a white face. Tell me what you think. What kind of if it was an animal, right? If it was, just put it this way, if Ying Yang was an animal, what could it be? But when I seen him walking in twos behind me, they ain't no freaking animal. I believe they had to be demonic in nature. Demonic in nature, Diddy and possibly Shake Your Skinwalker. But look at the face of it. It's white. If anybody's viewing the main picture, I did a close-up on it because it was further than that. But in the close-up, you can see the face. I call him Ying Yang because the body is black and the face is white. Normally, I could probably go live through my phone and do it through my phone, but I'm doing it through the computer right now because I can add a picture. And that's what I want to do. Like, how we create the show reels, brothers and sisters? And I say, hey, I got a show reel. Well, this time I'm place a picture so y'all can view the picture, so you can see what's within the picture, and me talk about that. And I'm sorry that I went into other things, but I'm just speaking in truth, speaking my truth, my peace. But that's the way it's been all my life. I've always had people that say, you can't do this, you can't do that, or that they'll want to give you an order that not to do this, not to do that, trying to keep you down from who you are as an individual, or trying to keep you down from moving on forward, from making friends. They want to keep you down, that they'll even try to tarnish your reputation by painting you to be a certain way, in which that's already happened to me here on Facebook and on YouTube when there are people trying to paint me a certain way to be a certain way. Yeah, I serve the freaking military. All those stories that I've shared with you about the Battle of Medina Ridge is 100% true. I got certificates to show you where I've been in combat, and I got my DD 214 that'll say where I've been in combat. I just bring a whole different perspective. I just want people to understand this. It's the saying that my mother would say: "Don't be anybody's carpet." That means don't let nobody step over you or step all over you. Because if you're letting people step all over you, then you're going to be just that, a carpet. You're better than that. You're better than being a carpet. You're somebody. We're all equal. We're all somebody. People tell me you should write a book. maybe I should write a book one day. But for right now, I'm just having fun doing this. What's better than a book that a person is hearing it out of the person's mouth, right? Hearing it out of the person. They're tuned into what the person is saying is better. But maybe one day I will do a book, and this what well, I'm not going to share what kind of book, how I'm going to do it. I'll keep that to myself because I don't want people to try to steal my ideas. So I'm going to make it. Just put it this way: if I ever write a book, I'm going to make it very interesting, right? Because there will be pictures within that book. I'm just gonna keep it at that. I'm just gonna make it interesting to keep the readers in tune to what's being written in the book. If I create one, and pictures also. So I'm not gonna say what kind of pictures. The only thing I'm gonna say is if I ever do write one, it's gonna be like that. I might even go to location where certain things happened. So y'all can see, how should I say, where certain things happen. I'm gonna go to location and take pictures of the locations where there's incidents have happened. We'll see. Just something that I'm thinking about. I don't know yet, but I'm loving doing this spiritual encrypted encounters on. I was doing it on Facebook first, then I went to YouTube. Now I'm on StreamYard. No, I'm just loving every step of the way of doing all this. Yeah, I can go all the way. I got a good memory. I'm thinking about, since my memory is still good, do it right now while before I get any older. So people, and the book is going to be 100% legit, man. If I ever do write one, ain't going to be no bullshit in there. Ain't going to be no fake stories like certain people like doing fake stories. It's going to be out of my personal experiences, and you're going to know it's going to be me because you done heard me speak here and in podcasts, that you're going to know that the story is 100% legit. Just to go the right direction of writing the book is a thing. I know some people that could probably help me write a book, and that's family, which will be my sister-in-law. She's she got her doctrines in English. She's an English teacher, so I can get her to help me write a book. I just need to get in touch with her. If to write a book, it would have to be somebody to me that is trustworthy. So that would be the person that I would try to see if they can help me write the book, or to do the grammar and stuff like that. Me, I can share the story. Maybe she can ask me questions and she could go with that. But we'll see. I'm really thinking about it. How you doing, Brother Bernard Fox? So I'm really thinking about that, about a book. I mean, I could write different books. of different chapters all throughout my life since I was a kid, of different things, right? But we'll see when when it happens. It's going to be the right time. So, but right now, I'm just enjoying, doing these things. I'm trying to do little things different. Like I'm here for almost an hour now. I was talking about the picture I placed of Ying Yang. You're more than welcome to download the picture so you can see him for yourself closer. Dude, you're doing good there, brother Bernard. But there was I was just going to do a quick live, but went to 45 minutes because sometimes when I get to talking, I get to talking. I just want I want for the viewers here to understand one thing. I don't have anything against anybody in any kind of way, shape, or form. Nothing against anybody. I'm doing my own thing. I have nothing against nobody. If something, people have been coming up against me, but that's the story of my life. It's been like that all my life. So it's nothing different. It's nothing new. When you do doing something good, when you're doing something good, when you're doing something good in life, right? The unseen forces are going to try to come at you to stop you from what you're doing. So I'm just, to me, that don't bother me. I'm just going to move on forward. I'm not going to be focused on people coming and trolling my thing anymore. I'm just going to let the admins boot them out. We don't got time for that. We got too much to talk about. The pictures, Cindy Monet is the picture should be on the cover. If you look to when you come in here, there's a picture up in there where I placed a picture for this live feed. It's a thumbnail picture that I placed. So that picture should be when I finish this live. The picture should be there. It should pop up. Or matter of fact, I can share the picture since I'm already here speaking to y'all. Uh, Let me see where I left my phone. I'll be right back. Let me see. I can actually share it to y'all through here. Let me. I'll be right. Oh, here it is. I was charging it, so I can share it like this. Let me give some lighting for us here. Sorry about that. Sometimes when I start talking and I have a lot of things to say, I just say the things that I have to say, let it out. I had already did my workout for the day, so I'm feeling pretty good. I see a lot of friends here, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters and people I consider friends uh, that are here. So here we go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna show you the original picture of it. Okay. Uh, okay. Here's the original picture. You can see in the original picture, there's grass. There's some trees to the right. There's a power plant in the back. When we talk about what could be the source of the energy from from this from these creatures, how do they manifest? Um, let me shut off this light. Maybe if I shut off the light, it'll look better without the glare. Wait one. Oh, okay. Let me see this something real quick. There we go. Here's the original picture. There's there's Yin Yang right there. That's grass. To the right, you have the trees, and in the very back, there's a power plant. No, when we talk about what's the energy source how they manifest. Well, energy is the number one source, I believe, that they can manifest. Which when we talk about energy, so I'm going to show you a close up of it. Now, I'll show you the original picture. I'm going to do a little bit a close up here of it. Let's see. There you go. There he is right again. So I'm going to do even a more of a close up. Let me light it up a little bit so you can see it better. Oh, that's too much light. God. There he is right there. You see the face? The face is white. Now I'm gonna do a little bit more of a little bit more of a close up of it, of Ying Yang. Which is the crop picture of it. Oops, my bad. Golly, it went to my memes. There we go. You see the face? It's white. That's Ying Yang. That sucker walked behind me when they're opportunists. Yin Yang walked behind me when my connection, I had lost my connection out there, right? So as I'm looking, I was doing the live and I'm waiting for the connection. I'm going like this to get the connection back. He walks right behind me and he's looking down at me. I seen it through my peripheral vision. So by the time I turned to look to the left, he was already gone. He moved that fast because I believe that it's possible that the plant out there, the electric plant, is where they're getting their energy to manifest, you know. And in that land, there's a lot of limestone. So that by itself, right there, the limestone that's on the ground is a conductor for paranormal activity. So I just wanted to share them to y'all, brothers and sisters. I'll share it one more time here so y'all can see them. That's Ying Yang. It's got a black body. You see the face? The face is white. You can see ears on it too, but that's the manifestation of it. Yin Yang. That's what I called it because it's black and it's got a white face. How you doing? So we got somebody named Abdullah Singh. It must be a long time because I think when you were here, I was like, ooh, it's been like a couple of months. I also have a show reel of Yin Yang. I believe the title is called Yin Yang. It's the show reel of the same picture that I created of him. This other show reels of Yin Yang where I capture him standing by a tree. You know, I just wanted to share the first time I ever captured him was when I debunked the video of how he looked. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm not paying, giving them any more mind, any more attention. I'm just doing my own thing. I've spoken to the admins and the moderators, and we're just gonna put them out. Either if they don't want to listen to what we're saying, well, that's too bad. We're gonna put them out. We're gonna continue on with the show. But in saying that, brothers, that was just a quick live. It was supposed to be just about Ying Yang, but I think I started talking about a lot of things. But sometimes spiritually, you got to talk about certain things, certain topics, and truth. But regardless, when you have Jesus Christ in your life, there could be many people trying to come against you, but if Jesus Christ is with you, then you don't worry about them because He has everything under control. Let me see. I'll tell you which show reel I got him on. If there's a show reel of Ying Yang here, since I can look onto my phone now since I'm doing this off the computer. Yeah, that's alive. Ying Yang is there. You can take a screenshot off of it. You see Ying Yang? That's alive that we're on right now, and there's Ying Yang. I even got the title Ying Yang. There's his picture. There was a lot of activity last night, brothers and sisters, on the live. Whoever missed it, if you got nothing to do, you want some entertainment, check out the live that we did last night. Or if you want to tune in for us later on tonight, you want to do an early live, check out the live from last night, early during the day, in the evening time, and then you can go live with us, join us, so you can check it out for tonight's live. But a lot of people were hearing noises in their homes last night when we were doing the live. I believe a lot of activity was happening because sometimes when you bring to light certain things in that nature, those unseen forces that are around get pissed off because you put them on spiritual blast, right? So if people are listening and they're believing because it's true story, then you're going to have events happening because it's something that's legit, something that's you're speaking in truth. So a lot of people were having a lot of action in their homes last night. Sounds, noises, footsteps. So we went into prayer and we prayed for the homes and for the members or the people that were being spiritually afflicted last night. But that's what happens when you're speaking in truth. When you're speaking in truth, all the enemy, or should I say, the unseen forces were doing is identifying themselves to them, just to let them know that, hey, these stories are real because we're here. We're letting you know they're real. We're right here. We're making the footsteps. We're making the knocking sounds. They're letting you know that the story that I'm saying is legit, but they do it for the fear factor, right? So that's why you're not supposed to be afraid, and you tell them, I'm just listening to a story. You're making your presence known. So I take authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. Tie bind and rebuke you. Leave my home and send them away. That's all you got to do. Yeah, they said it started after I mimicked the lechuza last night. I made the sound of the lechuza last night. It's a certain sound. Not everybody can do it, but I do it because I was always around them, and I know the sounds that they would do. So sometimes, when I would do that sound, it wasn't a whistle sound that I was doing, but it could be a whistle sound. Nobody's here at the house, so I can do the whistle sound. Well, he says the whistle sound. This is how I do it. Okay, I'm gonna do the sound how it sounded from a distance, which is like this. But it's a longer screech, like. But if I was whistling, it would sound like this. So there's nobody here. In the air, like a whistle, but it's like from a distance where you're in the ground, it sounds like this. It sounds better, but it's like a whistle, but it's like a they're sending like a sonar, and it's like that's how it sounds. The lechuza. Sometimes they do that to communicate with one another, and if they're surrounding you, they're going around you. You try to throw them off, right? How do you throw them off? Is mimic their sounds so they can think you're one of them. Yes, those are the sounds that lechuza makes. And I'm still doing it right now. It's daytime, so I'm doing the sign of the cross. We're not doing it because I'm trying to make contact with anything like that. But that's how they will sound. I mean, when you're a kid and you see them all the time up in the sky flying around you, you're walking home from the store and you see the lechuzas flying, looking down at you, and they're making that noise. You know, you get to you can mimic the sound because you remember how it sounded. Thank you, brother KD7. Yeah, or either distress call or if it's kind of like a sonar, but it's when they're in the hunt, I guess. But they do it for the fear factor because normally they'll be when you see one black midnight black lechuza, there's always a couple or other ones around it. They never travel alone, so there's others around. So when they do the sound is because they're communicating with each other, or they get remember lechuzas are brujas. So when they get to the home of the target, wherever they're going to go mess with, that's why they make those sounds because they're trying to get all of them to go to the location where the target is at, the spiritual target. So that's a sound that they make to communicate with one another as they're flying in the sky to say, hey, it's over here or whatever. They're communicating with each other. So next thing you know, you got like 6 lechuzas on the tree. All kinds of activity starts happening. Like for example, last night after I did the whistle, there was a lot of activity happening at people's homes. Footsteps, scratchings, and bangings. That's the activity that would happen when I was growing up. When they would come and infiltrate. It could be a whole different subject for tonight, man. Uh, we can talk about this later on tonight if you want to talk about lechuzas. We'll do a show for lechuzas. I don't want to. I want to give it all away, but I know I've been talking for about an hour and a half. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to let y'all go. There was just supposed to be a quick live of Ying Yang, and I'm going to leave it at that. Tune in tonight. Around what time is a good time for everybody for us to go live? What time do y'all want us to go live tonight? 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 8 o'clock. There's viewers that we get late at night, you know. The way I see it is like this, people targeting me wherever they are. I don't even mind doing one at 7 or 8 o'clock, uh, whatever time you want me to do a live, I'll do. But we've been doing this because the nighttime is for the night owls, for the people that tune in at night. I can go live at 8, at 9, or 10. I don't know. I just got to think about it. I'll talk to cousin Jesse. I know last time he said, cousin, everybody be waiting up for us when we go late at night. But sometimes late at night gets you tired by like 3 in the morning. You're feeling it. You're feeling we went live 4 hours and a half last night. Or no, we do go do the regular time. You could always watch the replay. Uh, But I'll talk to my cousin after this. In saying that, thank you, brother and sisters. This was supposed to be about Ying Yang, but sometimes when it's flowing, and you just keep on talking. Uh, Check out the photo of Ying Yang. You can take a screenshot. You could zoom it up. You could even put different filters on it so you can see how it looks. In saying that, I'll talk to y'all later now when we'll go live. I don't know yet what time. We'll post the time frame of when we'll go live. In saying that, peace out, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Yi Yang picture episode. Have a blessed day.